All right. So Genesis chapters 43 to 45. So we've seen a little bit of everything happen here. We've seen Joseph be thrown into prison because, well, first we saw his brothers want to kill him, and then Reuben saves him, and then Judah says, well, let's sell him into slavery. So then he becomes a slave. And as a slave, he was God. When God is with you, you can't lose. When God is favoring you, when God is with you, you can't lose. So even as a slave, he worked himself up to be the highest slave, the highest ranking slave in the household. And God was just with them. And there was nothing anyone could do to stop him. And well, except the wife who said that he tried to molest her and he got put into prison. But even in prison, they couldn't stop him because he got high ranking in prison and they trusted him even in prison. And then from prison, because he could interpret dreams, he ended up becoming a high ranking official for the Pharaoh himself. So God is with folks. When God is with you, you don't have to worry about what people think, what people say, how people react. You just don't have to worry about it. When God is with you, that's all you need. But anyway, Genesis 43 to 45. Let's get into it. All right, here we go.
Now the famine was still severe in the land.
I love this animation.
So when they had eaten all the grain they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go back and buy us a little more food." But Judah said to him, "The man warned us solemnly, 'You will not see my face again unless your brother is with you.'
Yeah, this is not good.
If you will send our brother along with us, we will go down and buy food for you. But if you will not send him, we will not go down, because the man said to us, 'You will not see my face again unless your brother is with you.'"
Now remember, the man they're talking about is the brother that they think is that they sold into slavery. The dad thinks they're dead, but they sold them into slavery.
They replied, "The man questioned us closely about ourselves and our family. 'Is your father still living?' he asked us. 'Do you have another brother?' We simply answered his questions. How were we to know he would say, 'Bring your brother down here'?" Then Judah said to Israel his father, "Send the boy along with me, and we will go at once, so that we and you and our children may live and not die. I myself will guarantee his safety. You can hold me personally responsible for him. If I do not bring him back to you and set him here before you, I will bear the blame before you all my life. As it is, if we had not delayed,
so he's saying, listen,
returned twice.
You can kill my kids. You can
Then their father Israel said to them,
do whatever you need to do.
Then do this. Put some of the best products of the land in your bags.
But let us go back.
Take them down to the man as a gift.
And get the food because we're starving.
And a little honey, some spices and myrrh, some pistachio nuts and almonds. Take double the amount of silver with you, for you must return the silver that was put back into the mouths of your sacks. Perhaps it was a mistake.
So remember, it wasn't a mistake, it was a setup.
Take your brother also, and go back to the man at once.
So they're going to convince their dad,
Almighty grant you mercy before
Jacob,
the man, so that he will let your other brother and Benjamin
to take the little brother back with him to prove that they're telling the truth.
I am bereaved.
And he says, if one of you died and
the gifts and double the amount
one
of
of you die,
and Benjamin also.
In particular,
they hurried down to Egypt and presented themselves to Joseph.
Benjamin, because that was his baby.
Benjamin with them, he said to the steward of his house, Take these men to my house, slaughter an animal, and prepare a meal. They are to eat with me at noon." The man did as Joseph told him and took the men to Joseph's house. Now the men were frightened when they were taken to his house. They thought, "We were brought here because of the silver that was put back into our sacks the
Yeah, because
first
normally
time.
you're a
He
lowly
wants to attack us,
traveler.
overpower
You're not about
us,
to go
and
to
seize us as
the
slaves,
governor's house,
take
the
our
man in charge of
donkeys."
everything's house. He's not just inviting you to his
So
house.
they went up to Joseph's steward and spoke
So
to
he's
him
thinking,
at
all
the
right, there.
entrance to the house.
This is a problem. This is a big problem.
"We beg your pardon, our lord," they said. "We came down here the first time to buy food. But at the place where we stopped for the night, we opened our sacks, and each of us found his silver, the exact weight, in the mouth of his sack. So we have brought it back with us. We have also brought additional silver with us to buy food. We don't know who put our silver in our sacks." "It's all right," he said. "Don't be afraid. Your God, the God of your father, has given you treasure in your sacks. I received your silver." Then he brought Simeon out.
So
to
now
them.
he's saying, listen, don't trip. The God of your
The
father,
steward took the men into Joseph's house,
which is his
gave
father
them
too,
water
that
to
they don't
wash
know.
their
He says the
feet,
God of your
and
father is
provided
with you.
fodder for their
So don't be
donkeys.
afraid. Don't be scared.
They prepared
It's all
their
good.
gifts
I got
for
your money
Joseph's
and
arrival
I
at
gave it
noon.
back.
When Joseph came home, they presented to him the gifts they had brought in. He asked them how they were, and then he said, "How is he still living?"
So now he's asking all about the family, which is his
They
family. How's his
replied,
brother doing?
"Your
How's his
servant,
dad
our
doing?"
father, is still alive and well." And they bowed down, prostrating themselves before him. Saw his brother Benjamin, his own mother's son. He asked, "Is that who you told?" And he said, "God be gracious to you, my son." Deeply moved at
Yeah,
the
that's
sight of his
him.
brother, Joseph hurried out and looked for a place to weep. He went into his private room and wept there. After he had washed his face, he came out and, controlling himself,
I mean, I'm not
said,
just looking to the right. I'm looking at
"Serve
some
the
paper
food."
with some notes on it, or with the days to read on it.
By themselves, and the Egyptians who ate with him by themselves, because Egyptians could not eat with Hebrews, for that is detestable to
The
Egyptians.
Egyptians.
The men had been seated
So
before
normally
him
it's the
in the order
Hebrew
of their
folks that would be
ages,
snooty
from
and
the
I
first
don't want to eat with you. I don't want to eat with you. But now the Egyptians are being snooty. Like, we don't want to eat with you Hebrews. Even though he's the
When
governor,
portions
he's the
were
most
served to
powerful
them from
man
Joseph's
next to the
table,
Pharaoh. They
Benjamin's
still don't want to
portion
eat
would
with them. It's just like, even though you rich and powerful,
anyone
you're
else
still a
live
Jew
freely
and
with
we don't
him.
want to be with you. That's crazy.
Now Joseph gave these instructions to the steward of
Yeah,
his
that's some
house.
racist stuff
Fill
right
the
there.
men's sacks with as much food as they can carry, and put each man's silver in the mouth of his sack. Then put my cup, the silver one, in the mouth of the youngest one's sack, along with the silver for his grain. And he did as Joseph said. As morning dawned, the men were sent on their way with their donkeys.
Now remember, the youngest one, as I mentioned before, that's his brother by his mom and his
They had
dad.
not
He would have
gone
been
far
raised
from
with
the
Benjamin,
city when Joseph said
who
to
dad
his
changed his name
steward,
from Benoni,
"Go
son
after
of
those men at
my
once,
trouble,
and when you catch up
to
with them,
son of my
say
right
to
hand."
them, 'Why have you repaid good with evil? Isn't this the cup my master drinks from and also uses for divination? This is a wicked thing you have done."
Ooh. Joseph is getting some good payback. He's messing with them,
When he caught up with
not
them,
for evil,
he repeated
but he
these
is kind
words to
of
them.
toying with them.
But they said to him, "Why does my lord say such things? Far be it from your servants to do anything like that." We even brought back to you from the land of Canaan the silver we found inside the mouths of our sacks. So why would we steal silver or gold from your master's
Now
house?
they're pleading their case, man. Why would we steal?
If any of
Well,
your
we
servants
were
is
honest
found to
with you.
have it, he will die, and the rest of us will become my lord's slaves. Very well then, he said. Let it be as you say. Whoever is found to have it will become my slave. The rest of you will be free from blame. Each of them quickly lowered his sack to the ground and opened it. Then the steward proceeded to search, beginning with the oldest and ending with the youngest, and the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. At this, they tore their clothes. Then they all loaded their donkeys and returned to the city. Joseph was still in the house when Judah and his brothers came in, and they threw themselves to the ground before him. Joseph said to them, "What is this you have done? Don't you know that a man like me can find things out by divination? What can we say to my lord?" Judah replied. "What can we say? How can we prove our innocence? God has uncovered your servant's guilt. We are now my lord's slaves. We ourselves..."
So he slipped the cup in there. They found the cup, and now he's like, "Y'all got to be my slaves now."
But Joseph said,
So he's playing with him. He's toying with them. But I mean, in all fairness, they tried to. They thought debated on killing him, and then threw him in a pit, and then threw him into slavery. So I mean, all he's doing is kind of toying with him. It's not like he's selling them into slavery or plotting to kill them.
And said, "Pardon your servant, my lord. Let me speak a word to my lord. Do not be angry with your servant, though you are equal to Pharaoh himself." My lord asked his servants, "Do you have a father or a brother?" And we answered, "We have an aged father, and there is a young son born to him in his old age. His
Tell me, I
brother
would
is
jam
dead,
to this music.
and he is the only one of his mother's sons
And it
left,
stops, of course.
and his father loves him."
Are they remixing it?
Then you said to your servants, "Bring him down to me so I can see him for myself." And we said to my lord, "The boy cannot leave his father. If he leaves him, his father will die." But you told your servants, "Unless your youngest brother comes down with you, you will not see my face again." When we went back to your servant, my father, we told him what my lord had said. Then our father said, "Go back and buy a little more food." But we said, "We cannot go down. Only if our youngest brother is with us will we go. We cannot see the man's face unless our youngest brother is with us." Your servant, my father, said to us, "You know that my wife bore me 2 sons. One of them went away from me, and I said, 'He has surely been torn to pieces,' and I have not seen him since. If you take this one from me too, and harm comes to him, you will bring my gray head down to the grave in misery. So now, if the boy is not with us when I go back to your servant my father, and if my father, whose life is closely bound up with the boy's life, sees that the boy isn't there, he will die. Your servants will bring the gray head of our father down to the grave in sorrow." Your servant guaranteed the boy's safety to my father. I said, "If I do not bring him back to you, I will bear the blame before you, my father, all my life. Please, let your servant remain here as my lord's slave in place of the boy, and let the boy return with his brothers. How can I go back to my father if the boy is not with me? No, do not let me see the misery that would come on my father. Then Joseph could no longer control himself before all his attendants, and he cried
So
out,
they're having a kind
"Have
of an
everyone
in-depth
leave my
dialogue
presence."
here.
So there was no one with Joseph when he made himself known to his brothers.
Now the big reveal.
And he wept so loudly that the Egyptians heard him, and Pharaoh's household heard about it. Joseph said to his brothers, "I am Joseph. Is my father still living?" But his
Gossip.
brothers were not able to answer him because they were terrified.
He was crying so loud the whole house heard about it.
Then Joseph said to his brothers,
People even gossip back then.
"Come
just
close
gossip.
to me." When they had done so, he said, "I am your brother Joseph, the one you sold into Egypt. And now, do not be distressed, and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. For 2 years now, there has been famine in the land, and for the next 5 years, there will be no plowing and reaping. But God sent me ahead of you to preserve for you a remnant on earth and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So then, it was not you who sent me here, but God. He made me father to Pharaoh, Lord and ruler of all Egypt. Now hurry back to my father and say to him, 'This is what your son Joseph says. God has made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down to me. Don't delay. You shall live in the region of Goshen and be near me, you, your children and grandchildren, your flocks and herds, and all you have. I will provide for you there, because 5 years of famine are still to come. Otherwise, you and your household and all who belong to you will become destitute. You can see for yourselves, and so can my brother Benjamin, that this is really I who am speaking to you. Tell
So
my
he's
father
saying, listen,
about all the honor accorded
this is your
in
brother
Egypt,
talking.
and about
Listen to what I
everything
got
you
to
have
say.
seen, and bring my father down here quickly.
Tell him I'm a boss.
Then he
Tell him
threw
when I
his
said that
arms
everything
around
was
his
going to be
brother
bowing to
Benjamin
me and the sun and the
wept.
moon.
And Benjamin embraced
I was telling her the
him,
truth.
weeping. And he kissed all his brothers and wept over them. Afterward, his brothers talked with him. When the news reached Pharaoh's palace that Joseph's brothers had come, Pharaoh and all his officials were pleased. Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Tell your brothers, do this, load your animals and return to the land of Canaan. And bring your father and your families back to me. I will give you the best of the land of Egypt, and you can enjoy the fat of the land." You are also
Now
directed
even
to
Pharaoh
tell them,
saying, hey man,
"Do
tell him
this.
let's do
Take
this.
some carts from Egypt for
He
your
loves
children
Joseph.
and your wives, and get your father and come.
And he's going to hook him up.
Never mind about your belongings.
He's going to hook all of
because
Joseph's
the best
family up.
of all Egypt will be yours." So the sons of Israel did this. Joseph gave them carts, as Pharaoh had commanded, and he also gave them provisions for their journey. To each of them he gave new clothing, but to Benjamin he gave 300 shekels of silver and 5 sets of clothes. And this is what he sent to his father: 10 donkeys loaded with the best things of Egypt, and 10 female donkeys loaded with grain and bread and other provisions for his journey. Then he sent his brothers away, and as they were leaving, he said to them, "Don't quarrel on the way." So they went up out of Egypt and came to their father Jacob in the land of Canaan. They told him,
About to bring him
"Joseph
some
is
good
still
news.
alive. In fact, he is ruler of all Egypt." Jacob was stunned. He did not believe them.
Sure enough.
But when they told him everything Joseph had said to them, and when he saw the carts Joseph had sent to carry him back, the spirit of their father Jacob revived. And Israel said, I'm
Remember, he loved
convinced
Joseph. He used to
my
make him
son
those
Joseph
coat of
is
many
still
colors.
alive. I will go and see him before I die.
Before I
So
die.
Israel set out with all that was.
So, man, that was good. Really, really good stuff right there. So, so many emotions. He's playing with him. He cries and reveals that I'm your lost brother. He says, go fetch your father. Pharaoh finds out that his family is coming and says, don't even bring your clothes back. We're going to replace, don't even bring things. We're going to replace everything with the finest. This is just awesome. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Make sure you post in the group, find a group, and post what you learned today. And make sure you go through and read the chapters if you hadn't already. All right. Bless you. See you, I guess, tomorrow. And remember to stay rooted.